In Gothic 1 Remake, the Queen's Pheromone Gland is a prized trophy acquired by defeating the Minecrawler Queen during the Chapter 2 main quest titled The Minecrawler Nest. You have multiple choices regarding what to do with the gland, but you can only hand it over to one NPC. This means you must decide among Cavalorn, Riordian, Corcolom, and Damarok. Having some extra pheromone would certainly be beneficial, right? And here's the exciting part. There's a hidden location in the old mine where you can collect 3 additional pheromone glands. We'll guide you on how to obtain them.
For Gomez.
Believe it every minute. How you doing?
Might be.
In Gothic 1 Remake, the Bloodblade stands out as one of the most formidable weapons available early in the game, featuring a remarkable 85 edge damage. This sword is concealed deep within the old mine, positioned next to a defeated minecrawler on a high isolated wooden platform. The developers intended for players to acquire this sword for free by waiting for the old mine to flood. Once the water fills the area, you can effortlessly swim up to the elevated platform and retrieve the blade from the corpse. Nevertheless, there's a simple trick that enables you to obtain this fantastic sword much earlier in the game, at any time you desire. Just watch.
go, Mez.
You can't go believe it every bit at all. How you doing?
Might be.
Hello? Let me have some too. Hello.
In the Gothic 1 remake, you will find a shipwreck close to the swamp camp, where a chest is located next to a hanging body.
Well cut!
The body is out of reach, suspended over the water, making manual looting impossible. However, the chest holds a telekinesis scroll that lets you target the potion in the corpse's hand and pull it to you. If you have more than one scroll, you can also get the scepter staff from the body, which serves as great early equipment for mages. In the Gothic 1 remake, there's a Warhammer Easter Egg that revolves around a blueprint concealed within the castle of the old camp. This blueprint showcases a detailed visual representation of a weapon instead of a traditional in-game smithing schematic. The illustration serves as a direct reference to Gal Maraz, the legendary warhammer famously wielded by Emperor Karl Franz and Sigmar Heldenhammer in the Warhammer fantasy universe. The blueprint, known as the Royal Weapon Design, can be found right beside Gomez's throne within the inner castle fortress. Upon picking up and examining the document, you'll notice the name Warhammer prominently displayed at the top. Due to its connections to Imperial royalty and Warhammer lore, the developers of Gothic cleverly labeled it as the Royal Weapon. In the Gothic 1 remake, there is a dark, secret scene featuring two men who are pierced by swords, commonly known as the Seppuku Easter Egg. We believe this depicts a mutual suicide pact, but it does not represent a ritual seppuku agreement. A closer examination shows that in each body, there is a completely different weapon. One character is impaled by a standard colony guard sword, while the other clutches a unique bandit blade. The difference in swords entirely negates the idea of a ritualistic seppuku suicide pact. We believe this illustrates two rival fighters from opposing factions, the old camp guards and the new camp bandits, who have struck each other down. This Easter egg is likely a direct reference to the civil war between the House of David and the House of Saul, described in the second book of Samuel, depicting a unique historical and military phenomenon known as representative combat, or champion warfare. 12 soldiers from each tribe faced off in a deadly duel to determine the war's outcome under the watchful eyes of the gods, aiming to prevent mass casualties. However, the duel quickly descended into complete, simultaneous destruction. The text states, "Each man took hold of his opponent by the head and plunged his sword into his opponent's side, and they all fell together." Since no victor emerged, the duel instigated a fierce, full-scale battle immediately afterward, and the site was permanently named Field of Swords to commemorate the tragedy. The third body found in the vicinity perfectly symbolizes the ensuing full-scale war. In the Gothic 1 remake, the Doomslayer Shield Easter Egg is located in Xardus' study within the Old Tower. This Easter egg pays homage to the shield saw used by the Doomslayer in Doom, the Dark Ages. The developers included this as a crossover homage to the dark and brutal knight aesthetic prevalent in both fantasy environments.
They're here, falling back. We'll meet you at the exit.
The Gothic 1 remake features an intriguing Easter egg that involves a frozen skeleton hidden behind a waterfall. Although many players associate it with other environmental secrets like hidden caves, we believe it is a reference to The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. First and foremost, the concept of hiding items behind waterfalls originated in the very first Zelda game, Ocarina of Time. Additionally, in the game, as a child, you can swim behind the main waterfall to discover a hidden alcove. However, when you return as an adult, the entire kingdom, including the waterfall, has become completely encased in thick blue ice, reflecting the exact aesthetic of an entombed, icy secret. In the Gothic 1 remake, the miniature old camp serves as a clever hidden Easter egg, positioned right beneath the initial bridge that connects to the settlement. When you get close to the old camp entrance, talk to the bridge guard and ask him, "Is this the old camp?" He will humorously reply, "No, this is actually King Robar's bathhouse. The old camp is under the bridge." In the Gothic 1 remake, during your exploration of the old mountain fort, you will stumble upon a bathtub that contains a skeleton in a relaxed, slouched position, with its legs sticking out. A small crab-like creature is also found in the tub with the skeleton. This scene is a clear homage to the iconic opening of The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt, where Geralt is soaking in a wooden bathtub at Kaer Morhen. The crab references the exact instance when Yennefer conjures a magical crab to crawl into Geralt's bath and pinch him to capture his attention. Since the original Gothic from 2001 is often considered a spiritual grandfather to the Witcher series due to its gritty atmosphere, this can be interpreted as a respectful nod between two generation-defining European RPGs. The Gothic 1 remake has a Titanic Easter Egg that showcases two skeletons sitting closely together at the front of a shipwreck. This secret is found on the coastal edge of the colony's map, near the Temple of Water. If you walk straight to the very front of the ship's bow, you will find two human skeletons perched closely together on the edge. which unmistakably references Jack and Rose and their famous flying scene from the film. The Gothic remake features a hidden Easter egg that pays tribute to Pirates of the Caribbean, cleverly placed at the bottom of the sea within the underwater trench near the magical barrier. If you explore the depths, you will find two skeletons carrying a small boat over their heads. This scene is a direct nod to the classic moment in Pirates of the Caribbean, the Curse of the Black Pearl, where the cursed duo Pintel and Ragetti walk along the ocean floor beneath an upturned rowboat to sneak onto a ship.
This is either madness or brilliance.
It's remarkable how often those two traits coincide.
In the Gothic 1 remake, you can discover a hidden Easter egg that pays homage to pop culture, called the Krusty Krab, which is located underwater near the magic barrier. To find it, dive deep into the water, particularly targeting the areas near the outer edge of the magic barrier dome. At the bottom of the sea floor, there is a structure designed to resemble the iconic Krusty Krab underwater restaurant from the cartoon SpongeBob SquarePants. In the Gothic 1 remake, developers have cleverly hidden nostalgic Easter eggs from the original Gothic map in various locations. One such location is Silas's Tavern in the New Camp, which contains one of the most cherished environmental Easter eggs in the game. If you examine the wooden walls near the seating areas, you will notice several framed textures of the original 2001 Gothic maps pinned directly to the tavern walls. The developers have arranged these in a sequence that illustrates the progression of the 2001 game's design, showcasing early design sketches alongside the final pixelated overview map from the classic release. Another similar Easter egg can be discovered in a digger hut in the old camp, serving as a brilliant homage to the evolution of the Gothic series' user interface and its fandom culture. The map displayed on the table is an exact replica of the physical world map that was included in the original 2001 Gothic PC Gamebox manual. The Easter egg related to the Umbrella Corporation in the Gothic 1 remake serves as a concealed crossover nod to Capcom's Resident Evil series. If you explore the depths of the lake bed, located behind Silas's tavern in the new camp. You will discover the famous Umbrella Corporation logo, marking a mysterious sealed door or gateway that is heavily obstructed by underwater rocks. Additionally, a rotting grayish undead hand is sticking out of the lake bed right in front of the door. The Gothic 1 remake includes a unique Game of Thrones Easter egg featuring a weirwood tree situated near the new camp, resembling the heart trees scattered throughout Westeros. The skeleton in the chair symbolizes Bran Stark, and the scene reflects the Battle of Winterfell from Season 8, where Bran waits by the weirwood tree for the Night King. Additionally, if you look right beside the skeleton, you'll discover a scroll of control, which cleverly alludes to Bran's ability to control animals and people. In the Gothic 1 remake, a hidden Easter egg referencing Breaking Bad has been added by the developers, featuring a whole pizza resting flat on a rooftop near the new camp. This scene humorously mimics the famous moment from Season 3, Episode 2 of Breaking Bad, where Walter White throws an extra-large pizza onto his garage roof in a fit of rage. In the Gothic remake, there exists a Harry Potter Easter egg showcasing a human skeleton that wears glasses and holds a magic wand. This secret is tucked away in a hidden room close to Xardas's old tower, directly beneath a staircase beside a sweeping skeleton servant. This is a direct reference to Harry Potter's well-known childhood living conditions in the cupboard under the stairs at the Dursleys' home. The skeleton itself sports round glasses and grips a magic wand. Nearby, a bird cage is placed next to the bones, which acts as an additional tribute to Harry's pet snowy owl, Hedwig. The Gandalf Easter Egg, featured in the Gothic remake, serves as a clear reference to the Lord of the Rings. You can discover it at the summit of Xardas's tower, where a human skeleton is positioned beside a butterfly. This scene echoes Gandalf's captivity by Saruman at the top of Orthanc Tower. In Peter Jackson's movie, Gandalf whispers to a moth to summon Gwaihir and the Great Eagles for his rescue. Yet the sight of a solitary skeleton on a lonely peak conversing with a winged insect makes the homage unmistakable. In the Gothic remake, the developers have included a subtle reference to the renowned Elden Ring player known as Let Me Solo Her. This Easter egg can be found on a rocky ledge in the sea, positioned between the swamp camp and the Fire Lizard Beach. A skeleton lies among the rubble, with an iron pot placed directly on its skull. Beside the skeleton are two flasks that resemble the crimson and cerulean tears from Elden Ring. This serves as a heartfelt tribute to the community legend Klein Tsuboi, who let other players summon him to defeat Millennia countless times entirely by himself, while donning only a jar on his head and wielding two katanas. In the Gothic 1 remake, Alkimia Interactive's developers have placed a unique Easter egg wall concealed deep within the Orc graveyard. To find it, make your way to the last chamber of the Orc graveyard, situated close to the sleeper altar. Within this chamber lies a hidden wall that pays tribute to the Alkimia deaths, a whimsical reference to the studio's name, Alkimia. It functions as a developer memorial that records the team's development missteps. In the Gothic 1 remake, developers have included a secret Easter egg that directly alludes to the iconic head crabs from the Half-Life franchise. This Easter egg is located at the swamp camp, particularly close to the herb gathering sites in the swamp. To reach the hidden cave, you need to transform into a Meatbug. Inside, you will find the body of a dead digger leaning against the wall, with a meatbug sitting directly on its face, resembling a classic Half-Life zombie. Within the Gothic remake, you can uncover a secret Star Wars Easter egg that resembles the beloved R2-D2 droid, hidden in the swamp region near the Swampweed collection point. It is artfully constructed within the game's fantasy theme, using a wooden barrel and a metal pot stacked together to recreate the droid's iconic cylindrical body and domed head. Within the Gothic 1 remake lies a secret Snow White Easter Egg. It is positioned high in the mountains near the swamp camp, gazing out at the seaside. If you make your way to this secluded mountain crevice, you will encounter a darkly humorous take on the classic fairy tale. A lone skeleton is interred in a makeshift coffin, symbolizing Snow White. The scattered pickaxes are a clear nod to the 7 dwarves who worked in the mines, and the poisoned apple is also present right next to the skeleton. In the Gothic 1 remake, the developers included a special Easter egg that pays tribute to the modern God of War series. You can discover an interactive wooden triptych wall installation that closely resembles a Jötnar shrine from both God of War and God of War Ragnarok. This hidden gem is located near the Fire Golem battle area, not far from Xerdas' sunken tower. The shrine showcases unique Nordic-style carved wooden doors that open to unveil a painted mural inside, directly reflecting how Kratos and Atreus encounter lore panels throughout the Norse realm. In the Gothic 1 remake, there is a clear nod to the Chronicles of Narnia, specifically the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This hidden environmental scene can be discovered across the river from the old camp, situated on the cliffs near Cavalorn's hut. The location showcases 4 chairs and a shadow beast head that has been shot with arrows. This setup reflects the concluding chapters of the beloved tale, particularly alluding to the 4 thrones of Caer Paravel, where the Pevensey siblings reign as monarchs. The shadow beast head, filled with arrows, symbolizes the famed pursuit of the White Stag, which ultimately guided the adult siblings back through the wardrobe and out of Narnia. In Gothic Remake, if you spot an overturned cart with skeletons in a snowy region, You've stumbled upon a recreation of Skyrim's iconic opening scene with the Helgen prisoner cart. This location is situated in the wintry area north of the old mine. Embedded in the snow, a wrecked, overturned wooden cart is surrounded by frozen skeletons, directly echoing the fateful carriage ride of Roloff, Ulfric, and the player into Helgen. In Gothic Remake, hidden within the outer castle walls of Gomez's stronghold, you will find a scene featuring a lone white fish statue resting in a corner, surrounded by musical instruments. This is one of several Easter eggs that nod to In Extremo, the real-world German medieval rock band that notably performed in the old camp in the original 2001 game. In the Gothic 1 remake, there's a hidden Easter egg situated in the Orc Enclave, near the Sleeper's Temple. Within a rocky crevice by the bridge that leads to Orc territory, you will discover a skeleton hand protruding from the rocks next to a shiny helmet. This is a clever environmental reference to the original Dark Souls cover art and the Elite Knight armor, where a hand emerges from the shadows, clutching its equipment. In the Gothic 1 remake, the T-Moor Easter Egg serves as a nod to T-Moor, the well-known community manager for Alkimia Interactive and THQ Nordic. The name T-Moor is the community manager's official username on various social media platforms, and it can be discovered as a hidden signature in the Swamp Camp area, located across the river that supplies water to the swamp. The Dwemer Spider Easter Egg in the Gothic 1 remake is a hidden reference to the Elder Scrolls franchise, specifically acknowledging the iconic brass automatons of the long-lost dwarven race. You'll find it deep within the Temple of the Sleeper, and if you pay attention, you'll notice that the developers intentionally modeled these specific sections to mimic the brass, geometric aesthetic of Skyrim's Dwemer ruins. In the Gothic 1 remake, Alkimia Interactive's developers incorporated a subtle reference to the iconic first-person shooter series, Serious Sam. This Easter egg can be found concealed within the Temple of Innos area. Both the original Serious Sam and Gothic were remarkable PC games launched in the same year, and this inclusion serves as a meta-tribute from the Remakes team to the classic period of early 2000s European PC gaming. In the remake of Gothic 1, there exists a giant meatbug that has been flattened by a tree, found behind the gates of the new mine. The most popular theory among the community is that this moment is a self-referential joke by the developers about the bugs in the Unreal Engine 5 physics engine. During the early testing phases of the engine, assets like falling trees or logs often displayed erratic collision behaviors, sometimes leading to the immediate death of large monsters or stretching smaller models into giant forms. Players speculate that Alkimia Interactive has preserved this humorous glitch, where a falling log struck a localized creature mesh, causing its size to balloon. A concealed mountain crevice, located high above the entrance to the Orc Cemetery, holds the next unsolved mystery, accessible only to flying creatures. Within this hidden cavern, a small table can be found, where several meatbugs gather around a miniature map of the old camp. The prevailing theory among the community suggests that these meatbugs are engaged in a pen and paper tabletop role-playing game, with one particular meatbug seated at the head of the table as the game master guiding the narrative. Nestled high within the remote mountain ranges in the far northeastern corner of the map, accessible only by flight, stands a statue of the Sleeper, encircled by hooded cultists. The dominant theory within the community suggests that these hooded figures around the Sleeper statue are reminiscent of the Seekers, the possessed followers of Beliar from Gothic 2. In an intriguing twist, a similar setup of these statues lies submerged deep beneath the water in a canyon at the northeastern edge, close to the magical barrier. Furthermore, a chained underwater sarcophagus lies on the seabed of the open ocean, positioned about halfway between the coastal shipwreck and a significant underwater rock arch, located in the same northeastern marine area as the cultist statues. The most accepted player theory suggests that the chained sarcophagus and the nearby cultist statues together serve as thematic foreshadowing for Gothic 2, Night of the Raven, specifically detailing the creation of the undead and the expansion of Beliar's lore.